Think Parrot Presents. 15 things men only do if they love a woman. How to find out that a guy isn't playing games with you. Trying to determine whether a man is in love with you as well might be problematic. Men who really love you will send out certain signals, which are very important signs, and when you see these 15 signs, he doesn't just like you, he may absolutely love you. Number 1. He will be investing in you. This is not about money, so it's not about him handing you money, but he will be putting in an effort of some sort that costs him something. And great examples are that his friends may have asked him to do something that he would love to do, but he still chooses to spend that time with you and you didn't even have to ask for it. Or he watches your favorite TV show with you, even though honestly, he couldn't care less about it because it's aimed at women. He's not the target audience, but he wants to spend that time with you, or he goes out with you and your friends. As you can see, these are all investments because he has other opportunities. His time is limited, but he chooses to ignore those opportunities because he loves you. So this is a great first sign that a man loves you, but he will obviously have his own life to live as well, and he can't do these things all the time, so don't go looking for that. Number 2. He protects you. Men are designed from the ground up out of the box when they roll out of the factory to protect the woman they love, not to protect the woman they like. And interestingly enough, a man would actually give his life because of the woman he loves. If she's in danger, he's ready to pull her behind him and give his life without even thinking about it. His love is so strong that he just wants you to be safe. And again, protecting you is an automated reaction. It's an automatic response of his body because he loves you. That's why I love this sign. It's a great sign that a man loves you because he can't consciously think about this. Number 3. He shows you off. When a man truly loves a woman, he's proud to have that woman. Even if it does not show her off, like posting you everywhere, he's going to want to bring it to his family. He's going to want his close friends to meet you at the very least. But if he can't even introduce you to family and friends, there is a problem. When a man loves a woman, there's at least somebody or some people that he's going to want you to meet when he's serious about you and truly loves you. So, yes, to a certain extent, the man who loves you will show you off, but don't start rushing to your and talking about why I ain't got 10 pictures posted of me on social media. Number 4. He pushes you to be better. There's this idea that when people love you, they will simply accept you as you are. They will take all your flaws and they work with whatever you bring to the table. And I would argue that the person who does that doesn't truly at the core love you. Think about this for a second. You love it for those of you who have kids, or maybe you have family members, alright, that you truly love. When you see flaws, when you see things that need to be improved, you don't just tell them, "Oh, you're fine as you are." You push them to be better because you want to see the best come out of them. You want them to live a higher quality of life. You want them to achieve great things. Love wants to uplift the other individual. So, when someone loves you, he wants you to be your better self. He wants you to get healing and hit that next level because that's what love does. Number 5. He will include you in his future plans. Planning things ahead is an important part of every serious relationship. One of the sure signs he really loves you someday is the fact that he sees a future with you and includes you in his future plans. This guy uses the word we instead of me when talking about the future because he sees you two as a team and as partners. He simply can't imagine living his life without you by his side, and he doesn't have any short or long-term plans that don't include you. Number 6. Does he tell you that he loves you and in a real way? Does he hug you affectionately and then tell you "I love you" and then you can feel that he means it? Does he take the time to cuddle, to caress you? How is he behaving after sex? This is an important one as well. Is it a snore, or is it on the other hand that he tries to stay awake, that he tries to stay kind to be kind to you, that he talks to you because as a woman you probably have no idea how difficult this is for a guy. This is really tough for a man to fight. This is a hormonal reaction in our bodies. So when he does fight this just to be with you, this is again a great sign that he loves you. Number 7. He is willing to make sacrifices. Don't think that because you love someone you have to sacrifice at a level to where now you are unhappy or miserable in the relationship, but he's going to be willing to let some things go if necessary. He's going to be willing to make some adjustments for you if necessary. In the same way, You're going to be willing to sacrifice for him if you truly love him, because that's what we do when we love each other. We also are going to be willing to compromise more and find ways to get on the same page and work together, because love wants to find a resolution. When he loves you, he's going to be willing to evaluate some things and make some changes to keep the peace and make sure that you know he loves you, that you know he's serious about you. So, pay attention to that. Number 8. He talks about having kids. If you keep hearing your boyfriend talking about kids and how he would like to have them in the future, it is obvious that his biological clock is ticking and that he wants to start a family sometime soon. He often talks about potential names for your kids and what they would look like. This is one of the most obvious signs he will marry you someday. This man thinks of you as mother material, and he loves and respects you enough that he hopes you'll be the mother of his children. Besides, whenever he sees a kid, he runs off to play with them, showing you his fatherly qualities. He mentions this because he wants to know where you stand regarding this topic. He wants to know if you would like to have kids, and he wants to talk to you about raising his potential children. Number 9. He takes your advice into consideration. Most men tend to avoid advice, especially if you are always eager to offer information and point out mistakes. So think that before he accepts your advice, you have to understand that a man does it because he doesn't want you to solve his problems. He prefers to solve things by himself, and so you will be giving him the independence he wants. That said, he wants to see that you support him and that you believe in his abilities. Once that happens, that's when he'll want your advice, because he will seriously consider your suggestions. Because he really values your opinion, he will overcome his pride and try things your way. Number 10. He will keep his promises. This point is very important. Self-confidence is something personal and is something that is worked on throughout life. But it is obvious that in a relationship there must be certain security and tranquility in the couple. Trust is the foundation of a relationship, and a man who loves you will make you feel secure. He will not do things to hurt you or to make you distrust him if you are worried. But on the contrary, he will want you to trust him and his feelings and to feel loved and secure in the relationship. Number 11. He will really listen to you. Men are often accused of not being good listeners. If he forgets your birthday or what your favorite flowers are, understand that these little details matter, and a man who cares about you will always listen and remember the little things you mention. He will go out of his way to catch as many details as he can because it is his way of showing how much he values you and that he values everything you say. Number 12. He cares about your needs. It takes effort from both of you to have a healthy and satisfying relationship, and this applies even more so for long-term relationships. Physical intimacy should be enjoyable for both people involved, and if your partner is doing his or her best to make you happy and you are trying to do the same, you are on the right track. Number 13. He respects you 100%. This is one of the major requirements of a healthy relationship and one that most people take for granted. A man who loves you will respect you as a person, respect your choices and your beliefs and ideas. Any man who wants a relationship with you will want to respect you and have your respect as well, even if he doesn't always agree with you. He will try to see things from your perspective. He will try to understand your point of view in the same way he expects you to understand his. Number 14. He will get a little jealous. You may find this a bit surprising, but jealousy is among the most human of all emotions. Everyone gets jealous sometimes, especially when they think they're about to lose someone they care for. If a guy shows jealousy, it means he has strong feelings for you and doesn't want to lose you. He'll try his hardest to always be the closest person to you, and he'll have no problem interrupting your conversations with other guys. Of course, not all men will do that. They might not want it to come off as controlling or obsessive, but they will still ask questions. Sometimes a man might not even realize that he's doing this, but actions tend to speak louder than words. Number 15. He will be consistent. A man who's serious about you is going to be a man who strives to be consistent in his actions. Not just strives, he just will be. He just will seriously, genuinely be consistent in showing you good, healthy behavior. So, all these things we've mentioned won't be a momentary thing. It will be a consistent thing. And when you don't see that consistency, then yes, there's a reason to question if this man truly loves you. There's a reason to question if you can continue your relationship or even have one with this man. But again, He will be consistent as always. Guys, do you agree with this list? Is there anything else you would add? And ladies, do your man make you feel loved? Do you know of any further convincing signals that he is in love with you? Please share your thoughts in the comments section.